Hello, thanks for connecting me. I hope you are doing well. Today I am going to have a new video session regarding direct and indirect mean narration. In this video you will learn a new concepts of different example of direct and indirect. In this video I will try my level best to convey my message to you how to use in a simple way or different kinds of direct and indirect. Definitely whenever you want to talk about the direct indirect, so we definitely talk about some certain rules that we have been following for last 3 and 4 days. So student, this is Sarfan Nawaz, your own English teacher, having a new video session for you. I hope so that you know me very well, that since how long I have been teaching you such stuffs. So subscribe, if someone has not subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel so that the video session will be continuing to you, and I will be sending to you different beneficial and informative video to you. So let's get started. In this video we would learn today, I have selected a few kind of sentences for you, that is like a kind of different obligation sentences. In this sentence you see, he says to him. This is the first part of a sentence, and that is simple present. That is a reporting speech, and in this reporting speech I am using simple present tense. With the second part of the sentence, that is called reported speech. In this sentence, student, you would see that this is not a tense, any kind of a tense, but it is a use of modal verb. So this is a modal verb, and that is a subject, and that is the first form, and that is object. Look at, but this is a kind of a question, a kind of a sentence which shows the interrogative style. It is an interrogative style, but it is not a question. Look at the end, whether if it is going to be a question, it should be used, here should have been a kind of interrogation sentence like this. It is not here. So this is sign of interjection, which shows certain feelings and emotions. So this is may auxiliary, that is S subject, and that is verb, and that is object. XSV. So accordingly we are using the pattern WXSV, like a questionnaire sentences. Direct we use WXSV, and indirect we use WXSXV. The same stuff will be used here, but this is not a question, so that's why he prays to him or he prays him. Both of them are right. You can use he prays him or he prays to him. Actually, why? Because it is a kind of a praise that may God bless you, that he is praying for other person that have a mercy, or it means that to get the mercy and merciful moment. So look at how to do it. He prays to him. Then when you are meeting punctuation marks, so you will be using that. So then you will be using God is a subject will come, because according to the section subject comes, and then auxiliary verb will be using, may will be using, because this is a simple present tense. We are not going to change the tense here. You will be using the same stuff, only the order will be changed. God, may, and then first form blesses use, and him, you, according to the rule, it is always change according to object of first sentence. So you will be changing to him, that is object place, and there's also object with him will come here. So he prays to him that God may bless him. So this is the first example that we are using about the obligation sentences. The second sentence, she said to her. This is simple past tense, the first part of a sentence, simple past, using second form. And then also again, may is a modal verb, X is auxiliary, that's S, that verb, and then object, and the rest part of the sentence. So how to use it? You will be using like she prayed. She prayed her. Yeah, she prayed to her, or she prayed to her, or she prayed her. If you don't want to write to, you can. She prayed to her that. So after that you will be using God, subject, and may will be converted into might because of simple past. May will be converted to might. So that's God might, and then first form we use. Why the first form? Because after the every modal verb we use first form of the verb, that God might bless, and then look, you become according to the rule, object will be changed, and her comes here. So she prayed to her, or she prayed her that God might bless her with the male issue. Okay, with the male issue mean son. is a kind of a issue. So that's why she said to her, may God bless you, with a male issue. So she prayed to her, or she prayed her. It's a bracket, it means you don't want to use it, it's okay. She prayed her that God might bless her with the male issue. This is the way to convert the obligatory sentences. The second sentence I have written for, that is optative sentence. He said to her, also simple past, would that. Whenever you see in the second part of sentence would that, it will be converted into wish. It is a kind of a wish. So you would say he wished her. So I will be converted to he. So he wished her that he. Then past perfect. If it past perfect has been used in the second part of sentence, it will not be changed. It will be the same as according to the rule are concerned. So he wished her that he had spoken the truth. So this is the two kind of sentence today I have talked with you. Student, let's quick again. So this is a quick glimpse of it. He says to him, some present tense, and may God bless you. This is not a tense sentence, this is a modal verb sentence. So the rule is being that the questionnaire rule is being used here. So XSV, but there is no any question mark. So it means that in the obligatory sentences, so we can use the pattern of WXSV and WSXV questionnaire style, but it will not be a question. Secondly, in the question we do not use that, but we are using that because this is not a question. Secondly, XSV will be going to do SXV. So SXV is coming like SXV, so God, so may and bless. I did not change may into might because this is a simple present tense. But in second sentence I use simple past tense. That's why she prayed to her that, she prayed her that God might, because his a simple past has used that has her with the male issue. Okay, this is the two sentences. I hope so you have understood the concept of obligatory sentences to be used in direct and indirect. The second one, he wished to her, would that I had spoken the truth. He wished her that he had spoken the truth. When you are using wish, so instead of would that will be finished, because would that shows that it is the kind of a wish. So it is simple past. So that's why he wished her, or he wished to her, it's okay. He wished her that he had spoken the truth. So I will be controlled he, so he had spoken the truth. So this is the story of direct and indirect use of obligatory sentences and optative sentences. So I hope so that you must have enjoyed the video and understood the concept of optative and obligatory sentences in direct and indirect. Thank you so much for being with me. Stay home safe, please. Goodbye.